If you want a Fujifilm camera in 2026, the hardest part is not finding a good one. The hardest part is choosing the right one before the hype. The film simulations, the retro dials, and the beautiful designs pull you in the wrong direction. The X100VI looks like the dream everyday camera. The X-T5 feels like the classic photographer's choice. The X-E5 gives you that compact Fujifilm style with interchangeable lenses, and GFX takes the whole idea into medium format territory. So today, we are comparing the Fujifilm cameras that actually make sense in 2026, and by the end, you should know which one fits the way you really shoot. You're watching Alt Buzz, where we dig into camera stories, buying guides, and gear debates that go deeper than specs. Hit subscribe so you never miss the camera decisions that actually matter. At number 6, we have the Fujifilm XM5. This is where the Fujifilm story begins for a lot of creators right now. Inside that beautiful retro body sits a 26.1 megapixel X-Trans CMOS4 sensor. This is Fujifilm's actual color science. The same film simulation taste you get on cameras that cost twice as much, compressed into a body that does not demand you sell gear to afford it. The XM5 shoots 4K video. It has a tilt screen that changes how you frame content, and the autofocus is genuinely competent for both stills and motion work. You get the same emotional Fujifilm experience that makes photographers fall in love with the brand, at an entry price that makes sense. Do you want Fujifilm color and creator features without paying for the full Fujifilm experience yet? The XM5 answers that question perfectly. If you are already convinced you need pro-level weather sealing, dual card slots, and a weather-sealed magnesium body built for professional environments, then this camera will frustrate you. You might fall in love with Fujifilm's colors, and 6 months later realize you outgrew the camera itself. The autofocus, while capable, is not as fast as the professional bodies. The weather sealing is minimal. If you shoot in rain or dust, you will feel the limitations. The verdict is simple but honest. The XM5 is your entry. It is your test drive into Fujifilm color. It teaches you if Fujifilm is actually for you, not just aesthetically, but creatively, before you invest serious money into the system. At number 5, we have the Fujifilm X-T50. This is the modern step up. The camera that scales what the XM5 taught you into something genuinely capable for serious photographers and content creators. The X-T50 carries a 40.2 megapixel X-Trans CMOS5 HR sensor, which means your Fujifilm colors now come with significantly higher resolution. You get the X Processor 5, which is legitimately faster than previous generations, meaning autofocus performance improves, and shooting bursts of images feels responsive. You get up to 7 stops of in-body image stabilization, which changes how you shoot video and handle low-light situations. The real magic of the X-T50 is its size. It is compact and feels like a 40-megapixel serious camera that you can actually carry every day without it feeling like a burden. The handling is improved from the entry cameras. For photographers stepping up from an entry camera, this body feels like it was designed for exactly this moment in your photographic journey. Do you want the modern 40-megapixel Fujifilm look in a smaller, easier body? Have you already shot with an entry Fujifilm and confirmed that the brand's color science matches how you see the world? The X-T50 is written specifically for this photographer. If you have just finished loving the XM5 but you need more resolution and more speed in autofocus, the X-T50 is your next logical step. The verdict is this: the X-T50 is your upgrade path. It is the camera that proves Fujifilm works for your shooting style. At number 4, we have the Fujifilm X-E5. This is where the buyer test gets interesting, because the X-E5 is built for a completely different photographer than the X-T50, despite sharing similar sensors and processors. Both have the same 40.2 megapixel X-Trans CMOS5 HR sensor and X Processor 5. But the X-E5 makes a deliberate choice. It keeps the body compact and rangefinder styled, which means the design prioritizes elegance and portability. It gives you interchangeable lenses, which the X100VI does not offer. The XE5 is the camera you put in a bag and forget about until you need it. You do not pull it out feeling like you are carrying professional equipment. It shoots beautifully. The colors are pure Fujifilm. The design makes people stop you and ask what camera you are using, because it looks like it was designed in a different era. Do you want the compact Fujifilm feeling with interchangeable lenses instead of a fixed lens? Are you someone who values how a camera feels in your hands as much as what it produces? If you want flexibility with different lenses, but you absolutely refuse to carry a larger body, the XE5 is your answer. If you need weather sealing for professional work or demand dual card slots, then this is not your camera. This camera is beautiful but not tough. The verdict is this. The XE5 is for photographers who prioritize the feeling of the camera over every other specification. Now, let me stop here for a moment because the three cameras coming up are not entry points. These are statements. These are the cameras that say something fundamental about your approach to photography itself. These are the cameras where gear shopping stops and creative commitment begins. Subscribe right now, because we are about to dig into the decisions that separate photographers who own cameras from photographers who create with cameras. Are you interested in deeper support as you build your Fujifilm system and make these decisions? Join AltBuzz membership. Core members get exclusive camera rankings and monthly gear debates for just $5 per month. Elite members get early access to new scripts, one-on-one recommendation calls, and priority responses to your gear questions for just $10 per month. Both tiers support the channel and help us create longer, deeper camera content. At number 3, we have the Fujifilm X-T5, and this is the camera that refuses to get old or irrelevant. There is a reason why it is still one of the most respected Fujifilm bodies in 2026, even though newer models exist. The X-T5 is a photographer's camera in every sense. It has weather sealing at 56 distinct points across the entire body. Dust and moisture resistance that actually holds up in real conditions. It operates down to -10 degrees Celsius without complaint. The camera has dual SD card slots, which means you never lose a critical shoot because one card failed. The battery life in economy mode reaches 740 frames, which is genuinely impressive. The build quality is something you feel the moment you pick it up. Inside, there is still a 26.1 megapixel X-Trans CMOS4 sensor, and this is intentional design philosophy. The X-T5 does not chase megapixels. It chases reliability. It chases the experience of knowing that when you press the shutter button, the camera delivers, every single time. This sensor has been proven over years. Do you want the traditional Fujifilm photographer's camera with professional dials, weather sealing for tough conditions, and serious handling? If you shoot weddings, events, professional assignments, or environments where cameras need to survive hard use, the X-T5 speaks directly to you. If you are comparing it to the X-T50 because you think more megapixels always means a better camera, reconsider that assumption. More megapixels do not always mean a better working camera. Sometimes they mean more file sizes, more processing, and more storage. The verdict is clear and important. The X-T5 is the professional's Fujifilm. At number 2, we have the Fujifilm X100VI, and this is the camera that makes Fujifilm famous and culturally relevant in 2026. It is the fixed lens everyday dream that more photographers are buying than any other Fujifilm body right now. Walk into any coffee shop where creative professionals gather and you will see X100VIs. Inside that iconic compact shape sits a 40.2 megapixel X-Trans CMOS5HR sensor, a fixed 23mm f2 lens that is genuinely excellent and renders Fujifilm's colors with clarity and character. 6-stop in-body image stabilization, a hybrid viewfinder that lets you switch between optical and electronic viewing instantly. The entire package is designed with obsessive attention to detail. The colors coming out of the X100VI are genuinely stunning. The film simulations feel natural instead of artificial. The fixed lens means no decisions, no gear paralysis. You pick up the camera, you frame with that single focal length, and you shoot. There is something creatively liberating about this constraint. But here is where we need to be honest about the buyer test, because this is where a lot of photographers make mistakes. Do you want one camera, one lens, and the simplest everyday Fujifilm experience? Do you actually shoot primarily at this focal length? Are you genuinely okay with the constraint? Or are you buying this because it is beautiful and because every photography influencer has one? If yes to all of these questions honestly, the X100VI is the right answer. If no, if you shoot landscapes and need wider angles, or shoot sports and need longer lenses, then no amount of retro design will make the X100VI work for you. The disappointment risk is real. Some photographers buy it because it is beautiful, shoot for 3 weeks, realize a fixed 23mm lens does not match the way they actually take pictures, and then put it on the shelf. The X100VI is unpredictable in this way. The verdict is this. The X100VI is not a camera purchase. It is a choice about how you want to approach photography itself. Buy it only if you have already decided that simplicity and intentionality matter more than flexibility. At number 1, we have the Fujifilm GFX100RF, and this is where the conversation changes completely. This is not a step up from the previous cameras. This is a different category entirely. This is medium format photography. This is image quality that operates in a different universe than APS-C. The GFX100RF carries 102 megapixels of resolution, 102. That is not marketing language. That is a sensor so large and so capable that the resolution alone shifts how you think about print size, crop freedom, and archival quality. This is a fixed lens camera too, built with a Fujinon G-mount lens that produces colors unlike anything else in Fujifilm's entire lineup. The medium format sensor captures color information with a richness that standard sensors cannot match. The autofocus is surprisingly fast for medium format photography. But let us be extremely clear about the buyer test for the GFX100RF, because this is where brutal honesty becomes essential. Do you want the biggest Fujifilm image quality statement, even if it is the least practical choice for most photographers? This is not the camera for 90% of photographers reading this text. The price is legitimately high. The file sizes are massive and require professional-grade storage infrastructure. Editing 102 megapixel images demands serious processing power. The lens is fixed at a specific focal length. The weight is significant. But if you are a photographer who has spent years understanding exactly how you shoot and what you create, if you know you print large and need resolution for gallery prints, if you know resolution is not a luxury but a requirement for the commercial work you create, then the GFX100RF stops being a luxury camera and becomes the obvious choice. This is a camera for photographers who have already made their reputation with smaller sensors and now need the power to take their work to the next level. The verdict is this. The GFX100RF is the statement camera. It is the camera you buy when you have years of shooting experience and you know exactly who you are as a photographer. So here is what we know. Fujifilm in 2026 is not about choosing the best camera. It is about choosing the right camera for who you actually are and what you actually create. The XM5 is for photographers asking the question. The X-T50 scales up without overwhelming you. The XE5 makes photography feel intentional and beautiful. The X-T5 shows you what professional Fujifilm reliability and weather resistance looks like. The X100VI simplifies your entire photographic practice, forcing creativity through constraint. And the GFX100RF takes you into medium format territory, where the entire game changes. You will see photographers online saying the X100VI is the best camera ever made, or the X-T5 is the only real choice, or the GFX is the only camera worth investing in. They are all wrong, they are all right. They are all buying the camera that matches what they do with photography. Your job is to understand what you actually do with photography, then make that match yourself. Do not buy based on internet consensus. Do not buy based on what influencers are selling. Buy based on who you are as a photographer. The best Fujifilm camera in 2026 is not the most popular one, the newest one, or the most expensive one. It is the Fujifilm that makes you want to shoot more. It is the Fujifilm that fits the way you see and the way you work. Join the conversation. Tell us in the comments which Fujifilm speaks to you and why. Is it the entry story of the XM5? Is it the speed and resolution of the X-T50? The beautiful simplicity of the X100VI? The reliability and weather resistance of the X-T5? Or are you dreaming about that GFX100RF? Let us know down below. And if you found this guide useful and you want more camera stories that go beyond specifications, subscribe to Alt Buzz. We create buying guides and camera comparisons specifically for photographers who want to make better gear decisions instead of gear that sounds impressive. New episodes drop every week. And if this video hit for you and helped you understand which Fujifilm actually makes sense, send a super thanks. It genuinely helps us keep making camera stories that actually matter to photographers.